Welcome to Chef in the Fridge. I'm Chef James, I'm your chef in the fridge, and I'm going to make you the chef in your own fridge. The whole concept of Chef in the Fridge is for us to be able to take one ingredient, or in this case, one particular item, and use it in multiple ways, and never waste anything, and always be prepared ahead and prep, and more prep, because that's really what gets you successful when it comes to cooking. Also, especially we're dealing with a charcuterie board today, you want to be able to enjoy your guests. This one happened to be handmade. This beautiful metalwork was made by an artist named John Bennett. And you could get his information on the website, thechefinthefridge.com, at this episode. And he can make you something as beautiful as this as well. So let's start with our ingredients. So let's take some cheeses, which are the key here, right? So this is a little Parmesan Reggiano. I'm just going to start anywhere. It doesn't matter. And then I'll start filling in and make it beautiful. Some French brie. That's always a favorite. Sharp cheddar. I'll put that here. This is a horseradish white cheddar. I just happen to love horseradish. So again, this was my board. I get to do what I want. And this is a delicious goat cheese. Let's move this one over this way, this one this way, and put the goat cheese right here. Beautiful. All right, perfect. And we'll take a little towel, wipe off the hands. All right, now we can start getting pretty with this. I have dragon fruit. Obviously, it's there for the amazing color. It's fantastic. Cut it into little cubes, and then people can help themselves. But the color is amazing, and that's what we're really going for there. You want some mustard, stone ground mustard, some nice spicy and sweet pickled peppers, and you cannot, in my opinion, cannot have a charcuterie board without some amazing honeycomb. So they gave this perfect little vessel to serve it in. I'm not even gonna bother to take it out. We're gonna leave it right in this vessel. Put it right up front. People always go for the honeycomb. All right, next let's do some breads. This is a nice little French baguette. So we want to think about making this accessible, right, to everyone. So it's a big board. I want to go at it from basically two angles. I want two people to be able to easily serve themselves at the same time. So I'm going to spread things around a little bit, so everybody's not waiting in one spot for it to go along. Some crackers, which, let's serpentine the crackers a little bit and get those right through the center and around. So what we're doing, we're having fun, we're playing. That's what it's all about. All right. So let's mix these all together. Again, it's what you like. This is a jalapeno dip I made. I happen to love jalapenos, so we've done that. Now let's get some meats. So here we have some serrano ham. Right, so we mixed it up. We have serrano ham. We have some salami, hard Italian salami. And we also want to make it, you can see I separated the ham. You want to make sure that it's easy for everyone to get their hands on, right? Remember, this is a charcuterie, which is a dried meat tray. So you want to make sure there's plenty of meat on this tray. Here we have some prosciutto. Again, I separated it out so that people very easily be able to pick it up. We'll spread the meats around a little bit over here. And then some delicious pancetta. So we'll add some grapes. I like to cut them up in 2s and 3s. Again, this way it's easy for them to take them off the tray. That's what we're really looking for. We don't want them to be struggling with them or to pull the entire bunch of grapes with them. So let's do that. And we have our green grapes. Then again, sweet. We want to add sweet to it. So here we have some yogurt coated pretzels. You never know, who's going to come up here. And plus, I personally, when I'm done with all of this sweet and salty, I like to have a little piece of chocolate to go along with it. But again, the concept of this thing, you have the salty pretzel with the sweet yogurt. So I love figs. So we have some dried figs. It's not fig season, otherwise I would have used fresh figs, but here we have some dried figs, which add a lot of richness to any tray. So let's put those in here. I talked about people having certain dietary restrictions, so that's why I brought in some plantain chips. There's a company, Barnana, that upcycles plantains, and these are plantain chips that will go fantastic, and they're gluten-free. They look good, they hold up well to all the different dips and meats. So let's put some of those right here. Okay, now we don't want to forget caper berries. Everybody says, oh my, caper berries. How come I never thought of that? How come I always forget to buy them at the store? Well, I'm not going to forget. I love a good caper berry. The floralness is just amazing when you eat it with all these other items. Add a little color with some dried mango. Again, that sweet and salty concept that we're going for. And then, like I said to you, color. It's going to be hard for you to have a guest that doesn't find something on this board that they don't like. And that's what we're going for. A little nuttiness. So we look at, this will look perfect right here. These are some pecans. Okay. And now I look and say, okay, where can I put this pepperoni? Pepperoni is always the go-to for people that aren't sure what they like and don't like. So I like to add it, even though if it was up to me, I would leave it off, but this is me being nice to my guests. All right, there we go. Then I took some of the salami and I took some garlic stuffed olives, and we could just randomly place those little group of 3. Those will be a little treat that the first people to the board always make sure that they grab. And everyone's like, where did you get that? I'm like, well, go ask Chef James, maybe he'll give you some more. That's what we're looking for here. All right, next. We're pretty much done with the board. We've used almost all of our ingredients. Now we can brighten it up a little bit. Okay, here's some endive, which I'm going to put some endive leaves. Again, anybody who wants to be gluten-free, but still wants to enjoy all of this, can grab some of the plantains, can grab some of the endive leaves, and we're covered. Keeping everybody happy. Okay, that's good. And then I don't often put things on that you can't eat, but I couldn't resist. Had some beautiful rosemary growing in the garden, and I thought it would add a little bit to the tray. So we're gonna just fancy it up a little bit with rosemary. It took less than 10 minutes, and we now have a charcuterie platter that you can bring out anywhere. And guests will be like, wow, this is definitely going on social media. So the next step of Chef in the Fridge is what happens when everyone doesn't finish all of this? Well, what I like to do is repurpose the ingredients. So you'll be able to go to thechefinthefridge.com and they'll have a recipe for ways to repurpose these ingredients. For instance, one of the things I like to do is make something that I call charcuterie board soup. And it is a cheese-based soup, like a cheese and bacon soup, that has these meats crisped up, thrown inside. Use some of these great cheeses to actually put the base of the soup instead of normal just cheddar. And you have a real high-end soup. Another possibility is to take the cheese, the Parmesan Reggiano, and some of the meats as well, and make a nice carbonara. You can go to the Chef in the Fridge, you'll see our homemade pasta recipe, and there'll be a carbonara recipe as well. So there's no waste here. There's no, oh, I have to eat charcuterie for the next 3 days. You're going to be able to take this and repurpose it. And that's what we're talking about here. Having a wonderful party, and then having all this in the fridge for you to use as a chef in the fridge. See you next time.